Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Invitation 届いたなら終わる男女望みは何かあの声誰が move no ways Showdown 引き返せない果てしなく続く命の螺旋軸も突き抜けて全て解き放たれるまで試合よはとてもラブ&ピースどんな野望も世界は君の思い通り Come on got to go the next round 勝ち切ってみせて運命の瞬間をスタンバイそれと願いたドラマトラストラス振り落とされたらそこで Drop out 誰かを傷つけてしまって傷ついてもられないゲームトラストラス胸に湧き立つ強くを拾って欺き風向き読み取りまた手を組み裏切り期待と願い諦めない勝ち取った夢の中で何を見つける
Anything to make the dreams come true.
Yeah. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Okay, maybe yes I am.
I am so happy. I'm so happy and sad at the same time. But I called it. I said it once. I said it again.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you did call it.
I called it.
You did call it.
What did I say about the episode title? What did I say about the episode title, ladies and gentlemen, of the Morphin Network, of the Rider Time podcast, where it's more henshin time all the time? That's right. We are doing the final episode of Kamen Rider Geats, episode 49. Daybreak 1! Daybreak 1! Here comes the highlight. And here's my highlight. Not only did I call it that the final episode is going to be called Daybreak 1, but I also called it that it's going to involve like a time skip.
You were right.
I mean, they did it better than Kuga. Not a big bar, but at least they did it better than Kuga.
Exactly.
Because, like, at least here, like, they actually, showed us what happened. Actually, you know what? It's not just better than Kuga. It's better than Kuga and Hibiki, because with Kuga, like, at least you see the final battle for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes, you see the final battle. But in Hibiki, you don't even see it at all. Not even the start of it.
Mm-mm.
And they both involve a time skip where, like, they basically don't even flash back to, like, what happened at the end of the final climax. What happened with Endogva? What happened with Orochi? Like, we don't know. We know that, the main character wins, but we don't see it happening. Show us, don't tell us. Here, at least they actually showed it to us.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. For the love of Jesus, I'm not crying. Because this was a perfectly written finale. I'm sorry. This was a perfectly written finale.
I mean, I'd say it's an almost perfectly written finale. I mean, it's
no. We're not going to go there. We're not doing that.
Finale. But, like, But like I would say, let me try to remember. Forze had a fantastic finale. O's had a fantastic finale. W, if they got rid of the last episode, they would have had a great finale. Kiva had perfect finale. Although if they cut things off at episode 46, I wouldn't complain either. But Deno had a perfect finale.
I think this was this was the finale.
Look, this finale was better than Revice, and it was better than Saber. Was it better than 01? The votes are still being counted, but definitely, like, we are 2 for 4 when it comes. Well, 2.5 for 4 when it comes to like fantastic seasons in the Reiwa era, because Saber was semi good. It just, had issues because of the proof, but I let that slide. I keep mentioning that I let that slide. You know where I cannot let that slide though? Revice, because everyone's coming out of COVID. Like, you already know what you can or cannot do. You do not have the excuse of saying, well, we were basically in writer's hell because like we were throwing like a curveball. No. 01 was throwing a curveball. Saber had to deal with the fallout of the curveball, but Revice, you're the next up to the bat. Like you're the new batter. Okay, you failed where Geats succeeded. And I'm gonna say it again. Just like with Dawn Brothers being a better anniversary season than Zenkaiger, Geats is a better anniversary season than Revice. I said this at the beginning of Geats. I said this at the end.
Yeah, you did. You actually did. I give you props on that.
We are what's it called? I think we're having some Wi-Fi issues, but I still don't stand by what I said. Geats and Dawn Brothers were what Zenkaiger and Revice should have been.
I agree 110%.
Yeah.
And again, except for the Dawn Brothers.
No. You had her at the first time. You agree with me 110%, including the Dawn Brothers.
No.
Absolutely, because Dawn Brothers did much more.
Listen, I didn't like Dawn Brothers. I didn't like Zenkaiger.
Zenkaiger just had a bunch of like in-suit cameos. They weren't even like the actual Rangers like they were in Gokaigers. But even the comedy was better written. Anyways, but let's talk about the Geats finale. What were your initial thoughts about the Geats finale? Yeah, you okay? Mike?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just oh my goodness. Like I said, this episode, this finale was one of the best written finales ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, for me, like I'm a little sad because I got attached to these characters. I haven't felt this attached to the characters since 01. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, there are fun characters in Saber. I have very good reason for getting the what's called the
honestly,
Soundblade seasoning.
This season of Kamen Rider, for me, it was real easy. It was really easy to get attached to the characters.
Yeah. I mean, it took me a moment because because we weren't quite sure like where we would go with some of these characters. But it's really funny how like from the jump we were like wondering.
Can you hear me?
You all right?
Let me try to read.
Hello. Anywho, so as I was saying, I found it very like I was very curious how they would play this out because like if we start with a team of 33 writers and in the first episode, by first episode I mean episode 2, like they just cut down to 6 players, not even 7 players like they advertised in the trailers. I mean 6 players. It's like this is going to be a short season if they're not going to do like, oh, we're going to do several rounds of the DGP. But like it did make me nervous about how this would play out. Unfortunately, Mike is going through some technical difficulties. We will, so please bear with us. In the meantime, yeah. So what happened in this episode is, like I mentioned, like I predicted, and like I mentioned, in reference to both Kuga and Hibiki, there is a time jump. Everyone's already living peacefully, and there's a shrine for Ace where the Geats Mach 9 raise buckle is inside a shrine, and it's like, whoa, is he dead? Is he dead? What?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, no.
But like I am glad that like it's not just simply going to be a time skip, because can you imagine if the whole thing was a time skip like it was in Kuga, and like it's like because like we would have had like all these things just like left over, like what happened to Swear, what happened to Miss Backstab. Actually, you know what? I should call her Khalifa because she stabbed Gazer in the back the same way that Khalifa stabbed Iceberg in the back. Yes, Jared, I made a One Piece reference. Are you happy now? Are you happy?
Jared's never happy. So what? So
I'm pretty content. You know. Sorry, Astro. You're just upset so much that you drank that haterade.
Anywho, ladies and
gentlemen.
Now, my question is, does Astro want to be Buffa, hating on the world, and then destroy?
Or does he want to be Dupont?
So, what do you want to be? You want to be Buffa or Dupont?
How about none of them?
Or do you want to be
so much?
Or do you want to be this guy? Hold on, where's the thing? Okay, I guess I put it away. Okay, or do you want to be Ned Sparrow? 3 different kinds of haters.
How about none of them? Thank you very much. Anywho, let's get back to the thing.
He hates on the Geats lifestyle.
So Jared, what were your thoughts on like the fact that like yes, they did a flash forward, but at least the fact that they showed us what happened earlier instead of pulling a Kuga/Hibiki on us.
Wait, didn't Toshiki Inoue write this, or did no Inoue did Dawn Brothers?
Yes, he wrote Dawn Brothers and Kuga. By the way,
well, yes, he did. I actually have first 3 volumes on my bookcase right next to me, wrapped up because those are like the misprint versions. Mm-hmm. But I digress. I liked where this was heading. I like the whole obviously Gene is gonna be there because he idolized Geats, and I just liked everything about this. I it's a good way to end the series. Yeah,
like I even said it before. Like to me personally, this was a well-written season finale.
For me, I mean, like I'd have to ask if Gene really cares this much for Geats, where were he and Q when the whole Genesis arc happened?
They were in the future because they were sent. They went back when everything was happening after Buffa's reign of terror, but then Baraba and Kekara stayed behind just so they can get their wishes fulfilled. Just because they were
they're less cackle. Yeah, I get it. But no. But my question is, it's like if you really cared so much, why didn't you stay in your era or better, in this era, or better yet, why didn't you show up afterwards? Because we see all those other Squid Game high rollers show up.
True.
That is true.
I don't know. I guess since he saw from the TV, he's like, oh, he's got his final form. He doesn't need me there no more.
Yeah, if he at least said that.
But
yeah,
look, Kyun came back. He came back.
I'm more disappointed with Kyun than Gene, because
he's a producer now. He's a producer.
Because you either simp all the way or not at all. You don't half simp.
Well, I mean, I don't simp, so I wouldn't really know how to simp properly. But what
Dr. Arcana, Commander Shaw.
See, that's just spitting game. That's not simping. I'm not gonna be over here traveling through time and space to get at them Doonies. No, I'm just gonna.
Lie. You know it.
No, see, what I will do is if they're there, they're there. If I gotta steal them in front of their sons, I gotta do that. If I gotta steal them in front of you, I gotta do that. But I'm not gonna sit here and go through space and time for it. No, that's a waste of time in space. Haha.
Yeah, he's got a point there. So we find out what happened with the whole Tsumuri thing, and honestly, it did
there
not
needs to be more summaries.
It's like
I don't give a damn.
It's like black Tsumuri is inside white Tsumuri, which is why she shot him. But still, it's like, why?
Because they wanted to do Revice better. Shots fired. Ha ha ha. I will never get over.
I mean, look. It's like this. If you want to do Revice better, the bar isn't very high in the first place. So
I mean, that's why they said, "Yo, let's do it again, but make it better." And it's better because you get 2 summaries. And if anyone ever complained about having 2 summaries, they're a damn fool.
I mean,
looking at Astro.
I mean, here's the thing. I like is, but I don't like as. So,
well, see, that's where you and I differ, good sir. That's where you and I differ. See, you got the good girl and the bad girl.
But the bad girl's a psycho, though.
Okay,
2 black Tsumoris correct. Okay, 2 black Tsumoris credit. At least she's not being a psycho like as is. But okay, I'm sorry. Just gonna...
Let's not get
no.
Let's get into it. Black Tsumori basically shot
Geats. Get into that.
He shot Geats. That's psycho enough, and I'm still into it. What the hell is wrong with me?
Like
Jared, listen. I've known you for years, and I'm still trying to figure out what in the name of all things Christ is wrong with you.
Hey, look, I like some little kinky. I don't care.
Let's not go there, okay? Anywho,
actually, no. This makes sense of what I picked up in California, thanks to Boken's Mitsuwa. This is what I picked up. This makes sense now.
Omae boku ni tsurarete miru.
Yeah, spitting game all over.
Anyways, so yeah, they make the announcement. Everyone is shocked. Not as shocked as seriously, this guy's still a baby face. What's going on here? I'm still annoyed by Daichi being a baby face. It makes even less sense than
now that one I will say Gamori, yeah, because we know Gamori was just trying to keep the DGP running as is, but he learned his lesson.
At least Gamori is all about Kamen Riders need to be about justice. And while Kekura's no, Kamen Riders are about revenge. Did you not watch the original manga? Did you not see Shin Kamen Rider on Amazon Prime? You know who else did not see Shin Kamen Rider on Prime? My mom!
My mom!
Both of y'all go to Lord. No.
Anywho. Yeah, so shocker of all shocks, and shots were fired, naturally. But
Literally.
it is what it is. Shots were fired, but at least our heroes got their A game.
My son Tycoon brought out his final form. He's like, listen, if I'm going down, I'm going down without a fight.
Yeah, so it's like we've had time reversal riders before. Like we've had Kronos, who had basically both the world and Killer Queen bites the dust. But this dude, like his time reversal, like it's not just bites the dust. It is made over heaven.
It's OP. Let's just go with that. It's OP.
It's not just like, oh, Dio's the world. No, it's like, no, it's Dio. It's ascended Dio's made over heaven. Yeah, see, like I made the whole reference to the video game Eyes of Heaven. By the way, that game is so much better than Bizarre. What's it called? All-Star Battle R. Combine the rosters, guys. Combine the rosters. High key. Like I hope that the next season pass is gonna include what's his name, Jodio.
Was that the current one?
Yeah, that is the current one.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jodio. Yeah, like new chapter came out last week, so naturally, yeah, like it came out literally during Japan World Heroes.
Shout out to y'all who saw Japan World Heroes, by the way.
Like I said, honestly, I feel like Buffa deserved a final form.
He did.
He will get in the Visa next.
He already has a final form. He has the Jimoto God form with the golden horns, and we do see him used in this episode.
Oh yeah. So he gets his semi-final form here, but he gets a full final form of the Visa next year.
Yeah, but do we really count them as full final forms if it's the Visa next? Because it's like it's just so darn many of them.
Let's see how it goes next year. That's all.
As long as we all agree that without any question, doubt, or hesitation that Oza's final form is Putotira. Like no Visa next will ever change that. No film would ever change that. No Televikun special is gonna change that. Oza's final form is without a doubt Putotira, not Tajidol, not Super Tajidol, not Super Tatoba, not that new version of Tajidol that was in the recent 10th anniversary film. Putotira.
Didn't know there was a recent.
We want our purple dinosaur.
No.
Yep, Putotira is the final form.
Are we talking about purple? We ain't doing no purple dinosaurs. No.
He's still salty about Revice, and I totally understand because Revice was not that great of a season.
Revice might not have been good, but Putotira is the final form. Get over it. Go cry about it later. I got things to do. Until then, final bad guy fight was amazing.
Yes.
It really was.
You actually get a flashback of like how Geats was there for everyone.
Wait, hold on. I'm just saying the way it was choreographed, the way it was executed. Ooh.
For me, I just love the flashback scenes because we finally see Sai again for the first time since episode 20. Yeah, technically the movie, but also like on the TV show. It's the first time we've seen her since episode 22, maybe. Yeah, episode 20. Yeah, like I'm still upset that she got eliminated. We never see her again. I'm so mad.
I'm
still mad that Jerami. I'm still mad that damn freaking worm game master is married to Dr. Hottie from Kamen Rider Drive. How the hell did he bag that? That will still baffle me. And she's also in King Oger, so I mean, watch King Oger.
Pineapple Apple Pen.
I don't want to talk about. No. How did that game master end up with the Sovereign of Gokon? She is.
Maybe the same way how Lord Voldemort ended up being married to the doctor's wife.
Wait. What? Lord Voldemort is married to River Song in real life?
Yeah.
You lying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Would I
right.
lie to you? Did I lie about
Nope,
this
I'm about to look
episode's
this up right
title?
now.
Did I lie about the time skip? Did I lie about Kawa's heel turn? Did I
I'm looking this up
lie about some
right
things from
now.
King Odin that we'll discuss next week?
I
Hold on.
forgot.
Hold on.
That's
I'm
right.
looking this up. I'm
Damn,
looking this
that
up.
should be mad. Yo, that's why Goblet of Fire was mad awkward. He couldn't look Barty Crouch Jr. in the eyes. It makes sense now. Because he
Wow.
bagged his wife. He's like, hey, look, Barty, we're cool, but you gotta get out of here, man. That's why, because he made his That's awkward, bud. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
Every time
Serving the guy banging his wife. Ooh, could not be me.
every
So,
time I rewatch
Lord
the fourth Harry
Voldemort
Potter,
is banging River Song. Holy mackerel.
every time I rewatch the fourth Harry Potter movie, it's like, now we'll find out who Mad Eye Moon he really is, and then like peel his face off. It's like, the Doctor, yes, and I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling wizards and your hippogriff too. But where's the real Mad Eye Mooney? Oh, he's in my box. The blue one. And then when they open up that chest, it's like, oh my god, it's bigger on the inside. Mad Eye, are you okay? Yeah, there's a swimming pool in here.
I'm like, I'll be okay. I'll be like, I'm okay. At least the guy I'm serving ain't banging my wife.
But yes, so like we get that awesome flashback with Sai, because Sai is the GOAT, and they banged the man of the hour, the day, the century, the millennium shows up, rolling in like a baller. They see him. They see him rolling. They're hating because he is riding Geats.
No. My son rolled in like the GOAT. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Born to be wild. And no, like they even had like perfect shots of this which is appropriate for like the episode title. Here comes the highlight. Here's the highlight. Every single move that Geats does is a highlight. We see this right here. He like freaking swear takes removes everyone's ability to ride because he does the whole the world over heaven thing. But then he's like gold experience requiem, and he undoes the undoing. And it is beautiful. Just check out the choreography, the teamwork, the comedy, the choreography. Highlight reel, play up the game.
His first form is not his final form. His first form is not his final form.
Yep. Nope. His final form is still Geats 9.
Thank God. Thank God. But then also brings the question: where the hell is Genpin?
Yeah, I wish Genpin showed up.
Where's White? Where's
Letter?
Where's Cutie Blue?
Yeah, Shiroi.
Where's
No, my question
friend?
is this. I'm still mad. We Boken, you brought it up quite well. I'm still mad that we still never got 2 non-Japanese Kamen Riders.
Yep. That is still.
Where the hell are Ben and George?
John.
They're gone.
George is the dude from Revice. But you're right though. Where are Ben, John, and George?
Yo, they need to be doing a spirit. They need to do a special together, like ASAP.
Like they need a VCNX, a TTFC, anything, we got to see their rider forms.
We do.
Like freaking the drummer from Smashing Pumpkins became a Dalmatian rider. I'm just kidding.
Wait, what?
I'm joking. Because like,
Don't do that.
God.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's already bad enough that Billy Corgan owned TNA. Don't do that. Don't do that. What's wrong with you? You don't need more Smashing Pumpkins doing something out of the blue. Nothing against Billy Corgan. I'm just saying that's so weird.
No, I just thought it was an appropriate reference because like quite literally, Punk Jack is a pumpkin.
No, that was not inappropriate. No.
But the point is, his bandmate became a Dalmatian Kamen Rider. Some random dude in a hoppy coat became a Beagle Rider.
Oh my God.
You're saying we can't have a Black Panther and a White Tiger Rider? Do it for Chadwick. Do it for JDF. Do it for America and England.
And on that note, I'm gonna go finish Tokyo Revengers stream, but yeah, that literally did me in right there. That did me in, but I tip my hat off to that. First off, 10 out of 10 episode, 10 out of 10 series.
Okay, cool.
I love. Honestly, there's nothing to really say. Geats was a perfect Kamen Rider season. And if Astro, you say anything that says otherwise, I will come over there and slap you.
I'll say this.
I will send you my address. Come on.
I still love the fact that Geats was inspired by Ukraine, and in a flashback, he is a ginger. So canonically, Ace Yukio is a Ukrainian ginger. Finally, we get some. Мы имеем репрезентацию, and also Doctor Who. Where's our ginger, right? Where's our ginger doctor? We have a ginger writer.
Listen, BBC America, BBC. Like, come on. Where is our ginger Time Lord?
We got a ginger Kamen Rider. We got a black. Well, we've had black Kamen Rider before, but we got an official black DGP Kamen Rider. So I mean, hey, progressing. We're progressing here.
And then plus we have our first. First male black doctor. That's coming up soon.
I
Yeah.
find that you said male black doctor. Like we've already had a black female doctor.
I mean,
let's not.
Let's not get into that right now.
Yeah, Joe Martin. Yeah, I mean,
it's good. It's not her fault. It's not her.
It's not her fault.
Chibnall.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. Joe Martin was a better doctor than Jodie Whittaker.
Whoa!
I stand by that. I like Joe Martin as the doctor better than Joe Whittaker. Okay, she was the superior of the two Joes. Okay, like I would have loved Jodie Whittaker to regenerate into Joe Martin and have her just have Dan in her team and just Dan, no one else, just Dan. Like just for like at least a few episodes before she turns it back into like David Tennant and then one of the Kens, the blonde one.
You know what? I'm gonna let that slide. You know, but that just tells you if Chris Chibnall stopped writing and let RTD do a Jodie Whittaker season, it'd have been dope. But that's neither here nor there.
I think RTD would have done a better Jodie Whittaker doctor, but still, in the end, Martin still gave a better performance, in my opinion, than Whittaker did. I stand by that.
Speaking of performances, the actors, all brilliant this season. They were so brilliant that this felt like a professional wrestling season because the audience believed that Keiwa was evil. So that's how good his acting was. Story, action, suits, characters. We had Time Freaking Fire come back. Time Freaking Fire came back and henshined, y'all. That's
amongst other returning actors. Heck, on the Dom Brothers side, we had Kaiser and Yellow Racer come back. So like we are 3 for 3 in terms of returning
Mhm.
veteran actors.
Yes. This is a perfect season paired with Dawn Brothers and King Oger.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider Geats is literally the perfect Rider season in the Reiwa era.
And I really hope
take on that.
Gotchard does a great job pairing with King Oger, because King Oger
Good luck.
slaps.
Good
King
luck
Oger
on that,
slaps.
Gotchard. We'll talk about Gotchard next week, or
Yeah.
go to Henshin Gate, talk about it this weekend. I will see you guys Thursday, proper for King Oger. I got to skedaddle for now, though. Peace out. Thank you, Kamen Rider Geats. And Astro, give your balls a tug.
You know what? Me and you, Jared.
Okay, you know what? Slow. My favorite One Piece villain. Yeah, no, like for real though, I'm not a One Piece fan. I want to be perfectly clear about that. But I still think Foxy the Pirate is my favorite One Piece villain. He's so funny. Like he he has like a certain je ne sais quoi that makes him more interesting than say the bad guys from Thriller Bark. Anywho,
like I said, like Jared said, everything about this season was amazing.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't like the driver because it seemed so simple, but now with the different combinations, I love it.
Yeah. So let's get to the weird part and like get it as quickly as possible out of the way. So, he pulls a Neo where like he goes inside his arch enemy's body and then like overwrites his body, so he's now inside of him. What's her face finally gets canceled because she does not believe in justice. Daichi became a botanist, I guess. Like, who cares?
For the Komodo.
Kyun came back, and yeah, there's a coy joke about him writing a letter, but you know, good for him. He's producing, and we get to see Kamen Rider Gotchard make a cameo, and it's kind of cute.
It is kind of cute.
Yeah. So let's go into the season and now. Okay, first of all, episode evaluation. What score did you give it?
10 out of 10.
Okay. I also give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's really close to being a 9.8 out of 10, but like it's still a good season. Plus, again, Ukrainian ginger Kamen Rider. Like the 0.2 points that I would have taken off is literally because of the whole time skip thing, because I really hate it when they do a time skip at the beginning of the final episode. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's like midway through the final episode, like in Kiva, like I don't mind as much because you're wrapping things up and you're doing an epilogue. I get it. Like that's totally fine. Because it's like, yeah, like Nago and Megumi did not get married like immediately after Wataru and Taiga defeated a Checkmate King, but you know, but we still see the Checkmate King fights like in the first half of the episode. I respect that. Kamen Rider Denho, like the fight against the Death Imagine, took up most of the episode. Kamen Rider Kabuto, like the fight at Tokyo Tower, took up most of the episode. Let me think. Blade. Yeah, I think that also took up most of the episode. Well, half the episode, because like towards the end, we did have that park bench scene that made me cry. Yeah. Anyways, O's took up the whole episode. Forze took up most of the episode, and it was done very well. What's the next one that actually did something like that? I think X8 did.
Probably.
Because I know it was only 45 episodes. I still can't believe that was only 45 episodes.
Me neither.
Like, freaking Ghost was 50 episodes.
It really was. I didn't
Geo, the last 3 episodes combined kind of dragged, but at least the final episode itself was paced a little bit better. 01, COVID happened, and that's pretty much it. that's it as far as good finales go. Up to Geats. Okay, so Geats, like, yeah, they did a flash forward, but at least they didn't use flashbacks to like wrap up the story. So I respect that. But still, what happened to Ginpen? What happened to Ben and John? What happened to yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and Sai. What happened to Sai?
That's what I want. Like, come on, what happened to us?
Like, I don't care for any. Oh, and Kalo. Like, I don't care what happened to Letter. No one likes Letter.
Nope.
No one likes Mary. No one likes Dupont. By the way, whatever happened to Dupont? Because we never see him get excommunicado. So, like, loose end, guys. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rewatch the episode just in case, but I'm pretty sure that was a loose end right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So now season analysis. So what were your thoughts on the overall character progression for Geats?
Ooh. I to be honest with you, I thought it was really well written. To be honest with you, I thought he was some arrogant, Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm.
But due to the fact now, the way that he was written, wow.
For me, like, I actually like the fact that he was a trickster from Jump Street because, again, foxes are trickster spirits, as are Tanukis and cats, but mainly foxes. But yeah, I find it interesting how, like, for the first 30 or so episodes, you don't really know how much of what Ace says is true or not.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to just figure it out over time. So, like, there's, like, all these, like, fan theories that we were all playing around with throughout the story, throughout this past year. So it's like, yeah, like, what's going on here? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And, boy, and I like how it came ahead, and I like how, like, after his heel turn, like, he's like, yeah, I want everyone to be happy. And it's not easy making everyone happy because, the truth is, if you try to make everyone happy, you make nobody happy. But I love that he at least tried in a way. Yeah. Yeah. But then, yeah, Keiwa kind of ruined things, but here we go. Well, actually, Daichi ruined things, and then Keiwa ruined things even further. Yeah. But I love how, I especially enjoy how, at the beginning, Girori hated him because he was constantly, like, god moding the DGP, but then Girori, like, stood with him because, hey, he may be god moding, but at least he's god moding for the right reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah. And okay, so moving on, secondary protagonists, Keiwa, Nago, and Buffa. Like, what, how do you feel about those characters? Their progressions, your likes, dislikes.
I think Keiwa and Nago should have gotten together.
It would have been interesting because, like, I know that there were times where, what's her name, Sarah, like, hinted at several occasions about, like, trying to get him a girlfriend. And she did get jealous of him when, like, they started hanging out. So that would have been interesting. But please continue.
Nago, like I said, was really really well written as well. Buffa was Buffa.
I mean, for me, I would have to say Nago is probably the weakest of the three secondary characters. Because, first of all, her motivation at the beginning is like, I want to find true love. But it's like, it is vague to some extent, but it's like, why don't you actually try to pursue it? Like, I mean, like, they could have used the angle of her being a false human to say that she doesn't have the ability to love. So, like, if they went with that, that would have been interesting. But they kind of dropped her being a fake human thing really fast. And the one time I think they did it better in episodes 43 and 44 than they did in episodes 29 and 30. I think that but I still think she's the. I love that she's cheerful despite the grim reality of the DGP, which does balance things nicely because like every Vengeance virus needs a gem and gemma. But yeah. But it's like as far as character growth, I think she went through the least amount out of the four main characters. As for Buffa,
I think he went through the most.
Yeah, he went through the most change, which I find really interesting because like Bovidae are like stereotyped for being like stubborn and rigid and unmoving. So it's kind of interesting that he went through the most change. He went from being a writer for vengeance to being a writer for justice. And yes, that kind of applies to Keiwa as well, but I'll be more detailed on Keiwa a bit later. But yeah, so like one thing I actually did like about Kekara and Keiwa is the fact that it's like Keiwa became a writer of vengeance, which is what the Showa era was about. Everyone was about vengeance, while Geats was a writer of justice, which is what the Heisei era was more about. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, what is like if Showa is about revenge and Heisei is about justice, what is Reiwa about? Like, what is the overall theme?
Probably happiness.
Yeah, probably, because like everyone wants to make people happy. Like at least all four of the main writers. But here we go with. I do find it interesting because Buffa originally became a writer because he was out for revenge, but then he let his anger get to him to the point that he became a full blown villain. He went through hell and then he came back. He's kind of like an evil version of Ichigo Kurosaki if you think about it, because he became holified, then became a visor, then went back to being a soul reaper. Then he finds out that he is what's it called?
Or Quincy?
Quincy, yeah. So like, but the point is, it's like you go to hell and back. That's like the thing that defines character. But so let's go to Keiwa. Now, the most interesting thing about his character growth is what I pointed out in the first 8 episodes, in contrast to the last 8 episodes. Well, last 12 episodes, because Keiwa wanted world peace, but where's the direction that? And I love that Ginpen told him, like from the very first episode, it's like, you say you want world peace, but what's concrete measures are you going to take to achieve it?
Yeah.
And I also like how in episode 8, he's like, we got to save everyone, and everyone's like, why should we sacrifice our wishes for you? Like, you say you want world peace, but you are being selfish because you expect other people to make sacrifices when you don't have the strength to make your own desires come true. So I actually do find it fascinating how, like, when he had that heel turn in episode 40 onward, where when he was questioned about like what happened to you, he says, I'm the same person I always was. I do find it interesting because you think back on the kind of person he was at the beginning of the series. We thought he was going to be our cute little Midoriya cinnamon roll, but
he wasn't.
But there is a dark, vengeful, selfish aspect about it, and sometimes that does occur from like lack of efficacy. Like we see this in other aspects of our society. I mean, like, if you want to talk about like what lack of efficacy can do to a person in regards to making a heel turn, watch the Barbie movie. By the way, have you actually seen the Barbie movie?
Yes, I've seen the Barbie movie.
Yeah, it's like really pay attention to what the two main characters go through when they both feel like they have lost their sense of self-efficacy. And I would say that, like, given enough time, yeah, Keiwa went through the same journey. Yeah. And it's like you gotta have faith in self and you gotta have faith in friends. Like there's stuff that you need to advocate to do on your own, and there's things that you need to rely on your friends on. But you got to know which battles you have to go on your own, and which battles require you to ask for help.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, but like that brings me to like Yorori versus Kekura, because they like I wish the two of them had more scenes together because they have such contrasting views as to what a
Exactly.
real Kamen Rider is supposed to be. I feel like that's a wasted opportunity
But
in hindsight.
also, but I gotta get going because I gotta be up early. So
Mhm.
everyone, me personally, I give this entire season a perfect 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
Perfect 10 out of 10.
Nice.
And if you guys want, you can find me on Instagram at Red Ranger 2134, Twitch Red Falcon 347, and on TikTok at Red Falcon 212. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later. You guys have a good night.
Yeah. So as for me, yeah, I could go dissecting this all day. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah, so I wish we had. I feel like it's a waste of opportunity that we didn't see like new Kirori and Kekura have that fight with each other, because like they have opposing views as to what a Kamen Rider is. Now, as for minor characters, let's see. Kalo was fun. I liked him for the 2 or 3 episodes he was in. Um, Letter, good riddance. Dapan, good riddance. You came back, but like, why? Why'd you come back? Uh, let's see. Mary, good riddance. He's a forgettable villain. Let's see. Shiroe, I'm glad we got to see more of him, but I also hate the fact that we don't see him in his rider suit more often because he's a polar bear. But when Shiroe comes back, he's in the form of the rook or bishop. Yeah, no, yeah, he's in the form of a rook, Jimoto. So that's kind of annoying. Let's see. Letter again, good riddance. I'm glad that some of the other minor writers got some screen time and some voice lines before they got killed off, because it shows that it's like, hey, these are not just background characters to be axed off so that the main characters could get all the attention. Like, are people, even if they're gonna die almost instantly. It's kind of like wanting to develop a character in 2 seconds before you kill them off, like in Star Wars. Like in Star Wars, when they kill off all of those X-wing fighters in episodes 4 and 6. But the thing is, it's like they were people. They may not be part of Luke's squad right there, the homeboys, the pro tags, but they had lives. They had something to give, something that they failed to take. Let's see. Sai, the second to the most ripped off character in the series. Like, she deserved better. She deserved better. She was a true character, very noble, like a proper canine, like just like how she is a wolf themed rider, so like it works. And we completely lose her for the rest of the season, while freaking Daichi, yes, this is going to be the last time I complain about Daichi. I know, shocker. I've been complaining about him all season. Daichi gets all this extra screen time, and he gets a baby face turn. Like, that's the weird thing. Like, it felt undeserved for the most part. So I don't know what's going to happen with him being a botanist now, but hey, at least he's got better things to do now instead of just trying to steal people's memories or turning them to Jimoto or stabbing people in the back. I'm glad he's actually doing some good for once. it just feels unearned how we got from point A to point B with him. Let's see. Kekra and Baruba, annoying villains. Kekra especially felt like out of nowhere with his villain turn, and yet somehow his death felt more satisfying than Baruba's. Oh yeah, Nago. Real quick, back to Nago. I am glad that Nago got her final form earlier compared to Jean, so that she could use her final form more often, so she doesn't get her butt kicked off screen. I'm still salty about that from Revice, because John was the best writer in Revice. You can fight me on this, but John is the best writer in Revice. Maybe Demons might be kind of fun, but he was gone for half the season, so like that takes points off of him for that. But we already discussed Revice a year ago, even a year ago from today. Feels weird. It really does feel weird that that it's been a whole year since we finished talking about Revice, and now we're finishing talking about Geats. So let's talk about the villains real quick. So we mentioned 3 of the villains. So let's talk about Girori. Very salty cheater, but I'm glad he had his face turn, and at least his face turn, unlike Daichi's, makes more sense. Because to him, writers are about justice. At least I could say, well, part of the reason why he doesn't like Geats is because Geats is a cheater and therefore goes against justice. But even though he did break rules and interfered with the game to the point that Geats ended up losing for reasons that were not his own fault, Girori at least was consistent with his ideals. Like, he wants Kamen Riders to be about justice, and the DGP was no longer about justice. It's kind of like Captain America, where Captain America doesn't fight for the American government. He fights for the American way. If the American government goes against the American way, then Captain America will go against the American government, because loyalty is to the country, not its governor. And Girori's the same way. He fights, like, Girori fights for the idea of the DGP supporting justice. Once the DGP no longer supports justice, he's against the DGP, which makes sense. Making the DGP the main villains, that was not a plot twist. We knew this since episode 2, the latest. The question was not if, but when. Just like the 8th year foundation from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Chirami, annoying villain. Not much to say beyond that. Gazer, I really don't have much to say, but I still can't get over the fact that his secretary stabbed him in the back the way Khalifa stabbed Iceberg in the back at Water 7. Yes, I made that One Piece reference. Are you happy, Jared? It is what it is. Let's see. Next, Sweru, boring villain. I'm sorry, but he's a boring villain. Even if Canis Venetisi, who, aka Jito, was more interesting as a villain, and he's just a doll created by Sweru. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, there's still so much about the DGP that we still don't know about, like where they come from. I know they came from the future, from another dimension, but we don't know where they went since they left in the previous arc. We don't know if any of them are still around, but I'm glad that Ace ended this whole story with a world where DGP doesn't exist. I'm glad for that. And it's cute how Keiwa became a police officer because like, it's his way of protecting people, because that's what he really wants. He's found direction. He has a goal. Now he needs direction and magnitude. Let's see. Themes, costume design's fantastic. I love how, like, simplified the base suits are, where, like, you just have, like, one distinct feature and then you add other stuff on top of it, like, afterwards. I'm not a fan of the whole recycling helmets thing, but you have over 100 riders this season, including the off-screen ones. So it's like, yeah, I get it. You have to recycle the helmets to save money, but that I have to admit that's pretty ambitious of them to even attempt that. As far one of my most favorite designs was Geats Mach 9. It was a very interesting suit. I wish Punk Jack had a new suit, not gonna lie. I mean, it's cool he's got the monster thing, but I hate how only in the Dalmatian special does he get beat buckle. That's the one downside. If there was any missed opportunity, in my opinion, it's the fact that Oja did not become a recurring character. I mean, he keeps showing up in all of the movies and specials for Kamen Rider Geats. It feels appropriate that he would become a regular character. And with the whole jailbreak scene back in episode 43, it would have been a perfect opportunity to introduce him. Heck, you could even give a Sakura, a desire driver, and just make his helmet look similar to the Oja helmet, just slightly different. Because we've done this before where you had like the actual suit, where we had the actual suit of a past rider, but with a different belt, like with Decade, you got Kamen Rider Kabuto, but with the Deca driver instead of the Kabuto Zector, and several other examples similar to that. So it's not impossible to make Oja a recurring villain. It just feels like a wasted opportunity in that regard, because imagine how much of a threat he would be, because he's a serial killer. He has past experience fighting in something similar to the DGP, and he has the added element of him being able to jump through mirrors. Wasted opportunity, but I still love that he was at least somewhat included. But that's the kind of thing. You give us a taste of poison, but you don't give us the whole vial. It's like we're addicted to the poison now. As far as themes go, again, one of the two main themes I would go is the whole revenge versus justice thing. We already went over that. I don't think we need to go into it more than we already have. Then there's the issue of desires, like how much are you willing to sacrifice for desires? And are you willing to sacrifice the desires of others to make yours come true? That is an interesting concept, because to some people, pursuing the pursuit of happiness is a zero-sum game where there's a finite amount of happiness, while for others, there's a school of thought where happiness can be ever-expanding, because in the end, happiness and misery are all energy. They're all joules. The question is, do you use these joules for this, or do you use these joules for that? I don't think that one person has to be miserable for another person to be happy. But if you go with the route of Bruce Almighty, if everyone wishes to win $1 million, if 1 million people wish to win the $1 million lottery, everyone ends up with only $1. Yeah, it is what it is. But sometimes sometimes whatever you desire could manifest in a way that you don't explicitly assume it was at the beginning of your journey. Like wanting to pursue love. Maybe love will come to you in a way that you did not expect it to. To pursue justice. Maybe justice will come in the form that you don't expect. Maybe peace or happiness will come in ways that you will not expect. Yeah, so that's something that's really interesting to think about. And there's so many things. I could go into this for a really long time. But let us know what you guys thought. Did you like the season? Did you hate the season? Did you love this episode? Did you hate this episode? What do you think about this arc? Are you ready for Gotchard? Let us know in the comments. Now, for me, this episode is a 10 out of 10. This arc of only 2 episodes, episodes 1 and episode 49, I give episodes 1 and 49 a 10 out of 10. Daybreak arc was a fantastic arc. Yeah, and the season as a whole, fantastic season. I give it a 9.8. I know it sounds like a cop-out compared to what I said way win. But I don't know. I just think that like some things were just done better in Forze or in O's or in 01. But Geats is still a fantastic, near perfect season. Compared to, like, is it as good as 01? I don't know, but it's definitely better than Saber and Revice. And at the moment, that's all I could really ask for. And again, you have a Ukrainian ginger as the main character. That really makes me happy. So let's hope Gotchard can live up to the hype that Geats left behind, just like how King Oger had to live up to the hype that Dawn Brothers left behind. Yeah, Gotchard should be interesting. Cards, alchemy, grasshoppers. Let's go into the comments and see. There's only one comment tonight. Geats was 10 out of 10, far superior to Revice. I'm glad you agree. And with that all said, guys, thank you so much for watching the Rider Time podcast. With this episode, we've just concluded our 4th season. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a real honor because we started back in the year 2020 with 01. COVID happened. Things got really intense, and I did not think that I'd be here 4 years later. Well, 4-ish years later. Still talking about Kamen Rider with you guys, still listening to me talk about Kamen Rider. And again, going back to Japan World Heroes, thank you everyone that came up to me and expressed their love and support for this channel. It means a lot to me and the rest of the Morphin Network that you guys are watching us, supporting us, just like how, DGP, we got to have our supporters. And, we hope to keep entertaining you for years to come. And, I feel really sentimental because we're about to go into our 5th season. But yeah, if you enjoyed watching this, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified of our latest videos. Definitely, if you've missed any episodes of our discussions of Kamen Rider Geats, they're all up here on YouTube. Be sure to check those out. Revise, Saber. We're gonna, on Rider Time Archive, we are gonna go back to 01 and redo it. We are definitely gonna keep up with Gotchard as it airs. So like next week, next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m., 10:30 p.m. Pacific and Eastern, we are going to do Kamen Rider Gotchard episode 1, and we are going to have King Oger episode 26 this Thursday, same time as Kamen Rider Geats and Gotchard. So, we hope to see you guys then. Also, check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do movie reviews and video game news. And you can find my personal content on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. Once again, thank you all so very much for all the love and support you've given us in this past year and all the years before that and all the years to come. Until in this next new era, we hope to see you guys again real soon. Have a good one. Bye.